How are you doing today? I just got out of the shower and it has been a long day. It has been a very long day, but so productive. You know, I wish I could be on the receiving end of doing the productive things, but know thy limits. Today was a hire out kind of day. I have a part 2 for you guys. To be honest, I didn't think part 2 was gonna happen this fast. We just got really lucky with finding the right, I guess, contractor to go in and start progress on another phase of the yard. If you guys thought there was transformations in the last video, wait till you guys see everything that just happened. I quickly started documenting. This all happened really fast. I started documenting early this morning, right before they were gonna come up, because we hired them yesterday. So it was a really, really fast progression. It was a very fast timeline of all this that was gonna happen, but they were gonna be in our area. They actually come from a little farther away. We're in the North Houston area, and they came from about an hour and a half away. And they've started to do more work up in this area, and they were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. So I'll stop being so chatty. I'm so excited for you guys to see. It's just gonna be a quick little video. And like I said, these videos are just fun for people who have ever needed to go through these things, are ever curious about like home projects and that. I always love like transformation stuff. I love seeing progress of stuff. And also too, this has been a fun little documentation and docu-series for us as getting some of these things done around the house. Sorry, like I said, I'm still like trying to get myself together here because I'm on the struggle bus. But let me go ahead, bring you guys outside, bring you back to this morning of how the day started, and then I'll see you at the end of how it ended. Well, you guys can hear the birds this morning. Sorry, we're a little bumpy. So this is essentially what they're clearing today. It's not gonna be perfect though, because our property line, I thought went 5 foot over, but it didn't. We went and looked at it again, and my husband's, I mean, he reads drawings and blueprints and design stuff all the time. And so he really looked at it and he's like, no, it's right on this property line. So just to be cautious, like nothing passed. So essentially all of this is gonna get cleaned up. And you can kind of see starting from right here is where the problem starts. I am not a fan of bamboo. I think once you have it and either you like it or you don't like it, it's great coverage. However, they're ruthless. Like, they do not like to die. There's a lot in here that is dead, but like they're very hard to kill. So we're still gonna have to do a killer, some kind of, I mean, they called it poison. I mean, it has to be really strong stuff to be able to kind of get rid of all of this. But any trees that are also underneath, like this one right here, they're getting rid of. They're just not healthy because they've kind of been drowned by all of this bamboo. So all of the nutrients in here has just been completely taken away because the bamboo is taken over. You can see a lot of this like in here now is dead. You can see the ones that are alive. Like this one is kind of trying to be alive, but really all of this is dead. And so they're going to be ripping all this out, and see how it's kind of fallen in here. They're going to clean all of this out. And all of this, make this all better, because when we first moved here, we had a hard time even parking our vehicles in here because it was literally hanging over so much. So we've trimmed this on our own, but you can see it quickly comes back. Also too, there's a bunch of this. This was in our last project everywhere. I think I talked about it. There are 2 different kinds. It's like they couldn't find it the first time, so then they went and relayed different stuff. But like all of this was all grown and watered by these like mesh hoses for irrigation. But like this is a really pretty tree. She's actually pretty healthy, but we've chopped on her, and she grows back so fast, but it drops these big dirty pieces onto your vehicles all the time. It's horrible. But you can see then all of, like, literally all of this is going to be gone, which will well over double the size because this is kind of narrow. So then actually being able to have all of this kind of cleared up is just going to be so so much better. And we're gonna come all the way back here. I don't know if you can see that big, beautiful cardinal. He's just hanging out back here. The birds love it in here, and I do believe there's still gonna be plenty, obviously, plenty for them to still enjoy, and it's not gonna be 100% cleared because we are just going to the power line. Our property actually goes pretty far back. So that's kind of the nice thing. We're not gonna be going really past here, but my goal is to hopefully get all of this cleared. This is from work we've already done. This is our brush pile that we've been picking away at, which has been dwindling. It was over double the size, but you can see then back here, it's somewhat cleared. And it's hard to tell, but if you guys can see, there's another power line back there, and that's about where our property ends. So it goes really, really far back. So that's kind of nice. So then kind of nice. But then the next step will probably to come and then clear this. You can see all the corn for our deer. All of this will kind of get cleared out. And then that side is actually pretty cleared out front on our property line, but you can kind of see how it bumps out here. And then all of this is where kind of the problem is. And there's some like weed trees, as I call them, that need to come out too. So that will definitely get cleaned out. And then also too, I think before we go on to this next phase, it's gonna be 11 trees, which I didn't think we were gonna lose 11 trees, but a lot of the trees have viruses, and a lot of them have been struck by lightning, and like this guy is dead. So the trees have kind of gone through a lot. So I'm trying to, I don't know if you guys remember last year, in 2024, we went and actually cleaned up even these. We cleaned them up and we kind of canopied them. And you can kind of see like on these trees here, there's nothing from like here down. All from here up has been left, but we cleaned all of this because there was so much that was hanging low. And if we cut, then it will help the nutrients kind of go up and make the tree healthy. I brought you guys back up here so I can tell you, like, this tree, which is actually pretty healthy, and that tree, they're like, I hate them. I don't normally hate trees, but I hate them. These actually drop these balls, and this has a leaf on it, but you can see like these prickly, what fruit looks like this? But these don't break. So you will roll your ankle very easy because they kind of get everywhere. And that's what's really frustrating is right now they don't have a whole bunch, but like that tree, this one right here, there's thousands on them right now, and they're gonna drop. And that's kind of what all of those buds on here are growing, is they're growing their leaves, but then they literally drop everywhere. I have them all over the ground here still. But yeah, they slowly disintegrate. You can see like this one's kind of disintegrating, but it's still a hard ball. So with the kids outside playing all the time, like they have slipped on these so many times. They're sharp, they hurt. It's a type of oak. I don't remember what kind they are, but I really dislike it. And then also too, this tree, as you can see, is really big. It's really close to the driveway here, which makes me nervous because you can see it's kind of come up a little bit. I don't want it to disrupt it. And then also too, this tree, it's angling away from the house, which is good, but it's still very close to the house. And when we come around here and we turn our vehicles, we have almost hit it a couple times. I know that sounds crazy, but this tree has been kind of a problem. And then this tree, you can see, is really big. It does lean towards the house. It's the same kind of pokeballs. She gotta go. So unfortunately, we'll be planting a lot of trees in replacement of, but that tree is dead. So that's going here very soon. This one's going, all the rest are staying, but this one is going. And then essentially this tree and all the other trees besides this nice healthy one is going. All of those have fungus or a disease, and they've also been struck by lightning. And there's also a woodpecker that has put holes in them quite a bit. So I know there's some damage. They are not healthy trees. And woodpeckers, I don't think do that unless the tree is soft and hollow for them to do that. I don't quite know, but it's really interesting. I've been trying to learn a lot about the trees and figure them out, but I've tried. They gotta go. They're just gonna have to go. We had another guy out here who was just coming today. I had him look at the trees again, and he's like, these are not good. But like this one, you can see is so big and healthy. But you can see like these nodules and stuff like that. You can see where we've all trimmed. I don't think I would have put in all that labor if I would have known that we really were gonna have to get rid of these trees. But it is, I will be happy once they go, because it's going to be a really big project for the guys to come and take all these down. But man, I mean, it'll just completely change the yard. And then I don't know if I said this earlier, these two will also be going. That one is dead. This one is leaning, and it would, if it fell or had any damage, there's a good chance it'll hit on their property line. So I don't want, that would then be my problem. So I don't want that to have any issues. And two, when we put in a pool and stuff like that, will be right here. If anything falls, it's falling into the pool. So that one will have to go. But trust me, I planted, I think, 17 trees at my last house. We removed 2 that had termites, 2 oaks, and we planted, I think, 3 in its place, and then, which was out front. And then we did 17 trees in the back. So trust me, I am a replanter of trees. I love trees. I just think you got to have the right trees in the right spots. And I want to make sure I have homes for the animals. Oh my God, I sound like so light. I want to make sure that they're happy, because when I trimmed the bushes up front, they were mad at me. Give you guys a little update on where we're at. About 4 hours in. The guys are taking a break right now. It has gotten warm. But holy crap, you guys. Can you see the difference? So essentially from here over was cleared, and it's right on the power lines. And then they've been clearing all of this to take care of all this. They still have a ways to go, but they took out some of the smaller trees, not so nice trees. I'm wondering if they're gonna take out this one, but we'll see. But they have been plowing through all of this. I told them we take our mower and then I hook up a tarp. And then because they have their mulcher, that I take all this to the back and then mulch it. So I've helped them with a couple trips. They're not really thrilled that I'm helping, I think, because they keep saying, you're the customer, you shouldn't even be out here helping. But I'm happy to help. But you can see they've done so much work. And then that's still our burn pile. So they're kind of working around that and getting everything cleared. But it looks like this is insane. Like this, I feel like our yard just got like a fifth wider. And when you're talking about acreage, a fifth is a lot. Like this is like some people's backyards is like this. And it's insane to just have it all cleared out. So they'll still be clearing all this out. They still have a lot more to kind of pick up. But this is so crazy. And then even like these line of trees, like he's leaving some of the trees that are a little bit nicer that he thinks I might want. But like that one might be dead. So we may just trim that up. I told them anything like 6 inches around or bigger, maybe let's try and keep, so we have a little bit, but we'll see. We're trying to still assess, and they're going to still come back and do all of this. Blakely is all dressed in green because it is St. Patty's Day at time of filming, but it is beautiful. Like an insane difference. So this is gonna be the next tree that they're gonna be working on, is this guy right here. They just went ahead and dropped the other tree back there, and they just had a little bit of room that they could do a couple more things today. So we added these 2 trees. I did not anticipate this, but I have, as you can see, some extra mulch. So I'll be able to get this all covered and situated. I was gonna see if they can move this over. It's gonna cost a lot, and he'll guarantee it, so which means that if it dies, he'll replace the tree for me. However, I don't know if it's even worth it. So I'll just find something cute to put there. I might even put the fountain there. I'm gonna see if they can't cut it kind of flat so the fountain could sit on there. So we'll see. We're gonna still play with it, but yeah, that was a big difference. So, and this tree that I'm pointing at directly, this really big one, that one's staying. So I'll be able to have the mulch to cover and fix this, but then also to kind of go around that tree, and that should take up the rest of the mulch. I mean, we'll kind of add it into places that we might need, but that is perfect timing. But like this whole profile even here is gonna change so much. These guys, if you are in the Houston area, like they're right now they're raking everything. Like they're literally cleaning up every single, leaf and weed and everything that is like underneath all this. And this is years and years and years, decades of leaves and debris that has been in there. I mean, they found part of a wheelbarrow, like all rusted out and everything, and some random crap in there. They're pulling everything out and they're taking it away. Like I cannot say enough good things about them. Blakely was so sweet and brought them some popsicles. They have just been enjoying watching them. But yeah, this is going to be the next. You can see it is taller than the house, but it is going to be a big one. But this one is dead. She's not really safe. And 2, that is Blakely's room, and then that's the bonus room, and then that's Brody's room. This is not a good. I mean, we have a steel frame house, but I mean, still, like, we probably shouldn't have a dead tree so close to the house. So that's why I really wanted to focus and make sure we got rid of this one. Let's go take a look. I know we have some packages. It is still a little chaotic. I think my birds are a little upset with me. For one, their feeder is here, but you can kind of see the finished product. So the big tree is gone, and it already is bringing in so much more light. It is just doing so good. And what I had them do, instead of digging out the roots and everything, I kind of wanted to use it. He said I can get something to kind of treat it so it doesn't rot or decay or anything, but I'm actually going to be putting my fountain on top of here. He said he tried to cut it as level as he could. I'm sure we're going to have to finagle it a little bit, but it looks so much better, so much better. We do have some extra mulch that I'll be able to go ahead and cover. I'll probably blow as much as I can off. They tried to blow a little bit on there too, but they were trying, I mean, look at, like, you can barely see their footsteps, let alone like the fact that there was someone here just cut down a ginormous tree. It's just insane to me of how great a progress and how courteous and polite they were over everything. It was just insane. The new feeder, I think, is going to go on this tree because that's all going to be staying. But doesn't this look just so much better? I feel like it's becoming so much more cohesive. And I love that everything is growing really nice. Everything is feeling really, besides my tree. Oh my God, I'm throwing this tree away. I don't know why it's so difficult for this tree to stay up, but she falls all the time. So I think she's gonna have to be redonated or something. I thrifted her for free and she was great, but she is not hanging. I think just with all this extra airflow now, she falls all of the time. So I mean, all the realness here. We still have a couple little things that have just blown around. They missed like one water bottle, no big deal. But then look at over here. So this was another one that they cut. This will all be mulch. I think you guys probably remember this winter I went ahead and mulched this We have some black mulch and much better stuff. You can see the cheapy stuff like does not last. It doesn't do very well. But they went and cut this all out, and I told them they didn't need to dig this one out either, because I'm going to just cover it with mulch and I might put a pot there. You never know, but it looks so much better. And then if you look at all of this, and like they were so polite too over all the new sod, but you can kind of see all of this. They went and cleaned all this up. They raked it all. It just looks so much better. So we have to get some more killer. So they said a lot of the bamboo, you can see like the dark is the dead bamboo, and then like that was a live one is the green one. The killer will kind of take care of all of that. And then he said once it dies, he says we might have to do like 2 rounds of it. He told us what to get, which I can share if you guys are interested, to go ahead and spray it, you know, probably 2 times, and it will go ahead and kill all of this. And then he said before you sod it, we'll go ahead and mulch it, which we're actually going to be clearing more back there. You can see this is just the start, but isn't this view like insane? But they'll take all the chips, because they bring their own wood chipper and everything. They'll go ahead and take that all here. They said that they could just dump it here. If we want better stuff like we got before, we could get that too, but that's free, you know, and they said that they would just lay it for us. So you can see they cut quite a few trees down in here and just cleaned everything up. They stayed right on our property line, which was amazing. I mean, they literally cleared this all so well. It doesn't look chaotic still, yes, because there's still a lot that needs to die. But you can see they cut all of this down. I mean, look at this. This is like insane. Remember all of this, you guys? It was all bamboo. And there was so much stuff in here. They cleaned up a lot of it, but there was, like, you can see it's like a concrete thing we're gonna have to get rid of. There's some rusted something to get rid of. I told them we'll just take care of it, don't worry. And then we're kind of deciding, I told them any ones that they are nicer trees to keep, and so they kept these ones. I think this one, I mean, she's leaning a lot. I think we're going to have this one cut. And he said he can come back and cut these, no problem. And I think we're going to maybe cut these. We're not sure. We're trying to give them a minute to maybe see how they do, see how they bloom, to kind of see what trees they are. But we essentially might be putting this as a driveway way down the road and then doing a shop or a building in the back. So this might need to be cleared anyways for a driveway, but we're not sure. But it looks so... like, I cannot believe this. And two, he was helping me. He's like, let me help you burn this burn pile. I'm like, no, like, don't worry. They're like, well, we want you to be happy and have it all clear. I'm like, we'll take care of it. That is our problem, not your problem. Don't worry. And my birds have been okay. They've been kind of staying in the back, but this is just insane. Oh, thank you, Lincoln. Sorry, you guys. All the realness here. All the realness. And then this, too, was all this irrigation line. They tried to rip a lot of it up, but we told them not to worry about it. We'll work on that. But all of this black like roping stuff is like for irrigation to go and like water plants. So they planted a bunch of the stuff back here, but like this is an insane view to me. Like it's completely insane. I never would have thought like I would have ever seen this like this view, you know? So it was super crazy. I'm super happy with it. We're just finishing up with this another round. I'm probably going to leave this video as is and kind of end it here because we are going to be taking out more trees and doing a whole nother round, but that might still be in a few weeks. We're still kind of playing with things. We're trying to let everything kind of marinate a little bit to where it's not going to be so much of a shock to the system, because I mean, this is already a lot. So I kind of want to like finish this up before we start another round, because like I said, that's going to be all the trees that are up front essentially, and then these two big ones in the back. So this one you can tell is very dead. This one, it just leans so much and it's going to interfere with the pool. But again, I'm not one to just like cut down a bunch of trees and then not replant. I plant a lot, so you guys will see that over time. But yeah, this is like insane. Like I feel it almost reminds me of like a fire. Like if when like fires come through and everything is kind of like cleaned and stuff like that, and like the dirt is all like this, that's kind of what it reminds me of. But for me, it's just very much a fresh start. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did enjoy the video, do me a favor and give it a big thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.